this decision. A list of composite barrel bats will be made available to umpires to utilize if a bat is challenged as being illegal due to having a composite barrel. If a bat is challenged as being illegal for any other reason, the umpire would view and determine and penalize if applicable, as they have always done. Since this determination on bats continues to evolve, institutions and umpires should continue to monitor and be aware of the latest Rules Committee decisions in this regard. Orchestrated dugout activity. This issue has been addressed by the Rules Committee and included in the category of bench jockeying or unsportsmanlike conduct. Enthusiasm, verbal encouragement for one's own team, and some rally activities are a major part of the college game. When that activity is designed or planned to distract or intimidate the opposing pitcher or team, then it has crossed the line of good sportsmanship. Activities such as abusive verbal comments, towel waving, banging of noisemakers, or other orchestrated team activities, especially those which coincide with an opposing pitcher's delivery, can only be interpreted by umpires as poor sportsmanship, not enthusiasm. Coaches and players are asked to conduct themselves in the spirit of the rule, and umpires are asked not to allow any tolerance for activities which cross the line. Warnings and other penalties are in place in the rules if necessary. Rule 5.2c, Rule 5.2d, and Rule 5.4d, dugout personnel. The rules require team personnel to remain in the dugout, bullpen, or dead ball areas. Typically, this has been interpreted as during all live balls. Recently, there have been more and more situations where team members leave the dugout to celebrate or congratulate teammates while the ball is still alive. Since there is always the risk of interference with the fielder or interference with a live ball, team personnel should be instructed to stay in the dugout during these live ball situations, and umpires should enforce with a warning for the first offense, followed by ejection of one of the offending players for subsequent offenses. Coaches are also asked to instruct, and umpires are to enforce Rule 5.2d following a home run. No offensive team members other than base coaches should touch the batter runner before home plate has been touched, and no team personnel other than preceding base runners should enter the dirt area. Umpires should aid enforcement by their communication, positioning, and warnings or ejections as necessary. Appendix E, Getting the Call Right, Clarification. Appendix E of the rulebook outlines the procedures for the changing of a call by an umpiring crew. In general, the umpire making the call must be the one to seek assistance and is the ultimate decision maker on changing a call. Umpires are not to seek help on plays on which they are 100% confident in their judgment and view. Only those calls in which their view may be blocked, or if they have doubt, or if they may not have seen a crucial element of the play, can be reviewed. The NCAA rules currently provide no opportunity for the use of replay or video to assist in the decision to change or not change a call. There are 7 specific situations or plays which can lead to an umpire conference. Home run is fair or foul, or any ball leaving live ball territory. A batted ball left the field for a home run or ground rule double. Foul tip dropped or trapped by the catcher. Foul fly.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, Greg, while you're going there, let me let me talk for a second, and you can get there. Guys, on this, it makes it sound like I think backwards from what it is. Understand that the appendix are those things that we can get together on calls pretty much anytime we want. That doesn't mean that we can change any calls, and that'll come up a little bit later. But that list of appendix thing is not exhaustive of the things we can get together for. That appendix is for that we can get together. Somebody else can go in unsolicited to tell his partner that he's seen something in that list of 7 things. So understand that list of 7 things aren't the only things you can get together for. Those are things that you can actually go in unsolicited for, that you don't need to wait for your partner to say, hey, did something go wrong? If you see a ball dropped on the ground and the guy calls somebody out, you can go in there and say, or walk in, you're not making a scene, don't be screaming from the middle of the field, but walk down to your partner and tell him, look, I saw something you didn't see. So Greg says he's having a problem getting it to the middle. Do you want me to, I can take over with my PowerPoint slide presentation if you want.
Tony, go ahead and take over. I'll throw it to you.
Okay. Guys, thanks for being patient with us. We're all in a trial run to see how this works, and again, we're making the best of it, and at least you're not out driving to Randolph-Macon in the cold and staying warm, maybe having some coffee or something. So, all right, let me get to where I need to on this. We are in the getting the call right part. There we go. Let me get to where. All right. Remember again, when we're talking about this, is we're not talking about the appendix that he just showed you. Tells you plays where you can go unsolicited. Remember, the NCAA wants us to get calls right, and there's a balance between owning our own calls and getting calls right. So we're not going to seek help on plays we're 100% confident on. The NCAA does not want us to get together with coaches just to placate them, to say, coach comes and says, go get help, and you're 100% sure. There's some calls that we just need to own, and if you're 100% sure you got it right, you don't need to go for help. If there's any doubt in your mind at all and you think somebody else can help you, you can go for help. But a good crew mechanics can fix a lot of these things early, and there's some plays we can talk about in a second. But you want to seek help if your view is blocked or you think you missed a crucial element. So again, be aware if your view is blocked. If you're taking a steal play at second base and something happens where your view is blocked, you can't go ask the plate umpire for help on those sorts of things. There's a balance again between getting it right and owning your own call, okay? These 7 situations, again, are situations that you can get for unsolicited input. So if you see a home run that the one umpire rules fair and you know for sure it's foul, you can go to him, and if you have a good pregame, you'll understand the way which you'll do this, so it's not yelling across the field, yo, Darren, you kicked the heck out of that one. That's not what we're looking for at all, because we want to respect each other's authority on the field, and we don't want to undermine it. So these are things where you can get together when go in and say something without being solicited. Understand that's what the appendix is for. This list isn't exhaustive for when you can get together, but this is a list. For example, the last one says balk call with the pitcher's foot off the rubber. If somebody calls a balk, the plate guy calls a balk, and you're the base umpire, and you can see the guys straddling the rubber, you can come in, call time, and fix that immediately. And again, use that's what these 7 things are for. Remember, if you're going to try to get a call right, coach does come out. Now, this is a play when the coach comes out and he wants you to get help, and the other guys haven't come in and helped before. He wants you to get help. The procedure is you find out what the coach wants help for, and you tell him that you're going to get help, but he has to go back to the dugout. And he can't come back out again and seek help, because if the call doesn't get changed in his favor, he already knows why that's not going to happen, because he knows what you saw already on the field. So you want to put him back in the dugout, and if the call's not changed, that guy doesn't really is not entitled to an explanation of why you didn't change the call. If you change the call, the other coach is entitled to an explanation for why you changed it. Give him a brief explanation and move along. So we want to, when we get together, we're going to send the coaches back.